I would definitely buy all the comics. And then if I could go to the future, man, I think I would want to see how my children turn out, right? Because I'm 45. My children are 7 and about to be 5. There is a chance that I will not see them in their 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would want to go to the future to see how they turn out, because I think that that would be a very special moment. You know what I'm saying? To see, because as a parent, as a father, my job is to get you from childhood to adulthood and to try to help you be happy and well-rounded, not rich, not necessarily successful, but happy and well-rounded and contributing to society. Like no serial killers, no kids on the pole, none of that kind of stuff. We want well-rounded children. I would go to the future and I would see my kids. That's what I would do.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We're a similar age. Our kids are about the same age. So that's, very interesting. And Dr. Strange also in the chat, we're all the same age. Okay, so we're here on the home stretch. If for whatever reason you haven't gone and subscribed to Regie Collects Comics, best comic book content creator, and you got GarageCon coming later on this year. The announcement will be next month. So go subscribe, because you're gonna miss out on a lot of content.
We got a lot of stuff coming, brother. I'm telling you right now, a lot of stuff.
Okay, awesome. So please go subscribe, and it'll be linked in the description. Okay, so if you have 3 wishes, what would they be?
That's hard. Are we gonna make it like, we want to narrow that down a little bit? You want to narrow it, take it, like what do you want to do? Because I can get all emotional up in here, right?
Let's get emotional. I like emotion.
Almost lost it when I was talking about my grandmother, I'm gonna be honest. All right, so if I had 3 wishes, what I would probably wish for is to have the most amazing collection ever. And I'm not going to define what that is, right? I will tell you that I have some very specific goals for my collection that involve books that I already own, but higher grades of them. And then there's a lot of additional Silver Age and Golden Age comics that I would want in my collection. So I would say that. I'll make one about my channel, one of my wishes about my channel. I have a lot of plans for things that I want to do for and around my channel. And some of it actually involves NFTs. It would be amazing to see that come to fruition. Like, we've had some amazing success, right? We wrote a book, we had a first and second print, and we sold 4,000 copies of the Guide to Smart Comic Collecting. 4,000 copies. It's my understanding that the Overstreet Guide, which is a really reputable source for comics, only sells about 10,000. I sold 4,000 copies. There's bigger stuff like that I want to do, that I would love to see come to fruition. And then the third wish, I don't know. Let's make it, we're going to make it super relevant. I would want the current backlog that exists at all collectible related companies to suddenly be erased. Everybody's book is now in the outer area of these facilities, ready to be shipped to your house. And I'm talking PSA, CGC, CBCS, like you name it. If you're in the world of collectibles, your backlog has been wiped clean. Your slate is clean. All the books are ready to be shipped out. That would be awesome for everybody. I think I would tank the market with that wish as well.
Right, because everybody's selling.
Everybody's selling, I think I would take the market. But that's like the biggest pain point right now for us as collectors. And it doesn't matter whether you're talking about trading cards or Pokemon cards or sports cards or comics. We're all suffering. We're all like, these turnaround times are redunculous, and I would want that to go away.
I sent comic books out to CGC, and I could have had a 4th baby by now. Yo, Reggie, this is ridiculous. I love that. You know what? You should be president for that, man. That's right there.
I had to make it super relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
I got a little beyond with the previous question, so I had to bring it back. But I would do that, man, and it would be awesome because I can tell you, I have books at CGC right now and CBCS that I can't even remember what they look like. Like legit. Like what did I send to you? Can you refresh my memory?
You give me an itemized list because I forgot.
No, I'm being honest. Like I honestly can't, like my philosophy with grading books is to send it in and forget it. Like I literally do. And I cannot remember what some of the stuff is. I'm like, I think I have this book. And I'm like, where is it? And I'm like, oh, I think I sent that off. Like I would want to erase that. And I think that there would be a lot of collectors out there that are extremely happy that they have their stuff back, you know?
For sure.
Oh
Okay.
my, he said, oh, I remember those hard root beer. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what my grandmother wanted. And they are disgusting. They're disgusting, but that's what that woman wanted. And I went to multiple places to find these little nasty candies, and she absolutely loved them. But I will tell you, my grandmother's last weekend was a good weekend.
That's
It's a
it. You
good
made it
weekend.
happen.
You know what I'm saying?
I personally like those candies.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, brother. Them joints are nasty. So my mother walks in. My mother was over the other day. She walks in and she says, Reggie, do you see these candies? She was like, do you know what they're called? And she was like, do you remember what Granny used to call them? So I'm talking about what we call little Granny, right? Big Granny is my great grandmother. What Big Granny used to call these. And I looked at her and I was like, nasty? Like my mother was eating. I was like, those joints are nasty. You know, but here's my mother becoming her mother. And more than likely, I'm going to become the male version of her, you know, because we are our parents. We are our parents and our children are us. And it's all wonderful, you know?
It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, my wife hates root beer. I love root beer. Like I'm a fanatic with root beer. So that when you mention the candies, I'm like, yeah, man, I love them. You hate them.
If you had pulled one out, I would have died.
No, man. Man. Oh, it's both. But yeah, my wife, she hates root beer. So okay. All right. So I just want to ask two questions. And I know we're here at our time, but I really wanted to ask if you believe in aliens first. Do you believe in aliens? No aliens.
No.
Okay. And then moving on, the last question I want to ask is, what is something surprising about you that will maybe the average viewer doesn't know about you?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I mean, I've revealed so much already, you know, in terms of my mother having me when she was 17, me having, you know, a couple of degrees, including an MBA. The fact that I was a bodybuilder, I think that's one of the more interesting things about me. I would say one that I think I've mentioned is that I'm also an introvert. I'm very
Right.
much an introvert. I find my energy not from engaging with people, but from being alone with my own thoughts. That is my jam. I can be in my own head, and maybe it's because for 6 years I was an only child. Maybe it's just how I was raised. But I'm very content being by myself. But I have a job that requires me to be extroverted, and I engage in content creation, which requires me to be extroverted.
Right.
And I do it, and I think I do it well. But my general disposition is being introverted, and I don't think people fully appreciate that about me because they see me talking and being animated and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else that people don't really know. You know, to be honest.
Man, that's interesting that you're introverted, but yet, I mean, you do wow.
But here's the thing is again, my job I was a pharmaceutical sales rep, biotech sales rep for 6 years. My job was to go to doctors' offices and engage them in a clinical conversation. That was my job. And as I've mentioned, I want to be successful. I'm like an A-type personality. So even if that's not my thing, I'm going to do it because I want to be good at it. Right. So I did it. I did it for a number of years. I went back, I got my MBA and went into marketing. And so if you're going to stand on the stage in front of as many as 500 sales reps who talk to doctors, you need to have some confidence and you need to be able to go up there and deliver, you know, and a lot of my interactions with doctors and those skills that I honed over years, my ability to go on stage and to talk to people and communicate what's in my head, right? Be able to communicate it to them and get them excited and passionate about it. Those skills lend themselves to what I do as a content creator, right? I tell stories instead of in slide deck form or whatever. I tell stories verbally and with video and animation. You know what I'm saying? But the big thing is I'm also just talking to a camera. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes with no one watching, but it's like I do a camera and then I clip it and I put it out there in the world. But yeah, me being an introvert is probably one of the things that surprises a lot of people.
For sure, for sure. Well, Regie, I really do appreciate you taking out your time. I know obviously you're a dad, you have a family, you have content you need to create. But the fact that you carved out this time to sit down and sit with me and answer a few questions just so we can get to know a little bit more about you as a person. We know obviously Regie collects comics as the YouTube personality, but maybe a little bit more about, you know, root beer, hard candies, and you're standing on it and whatnot. And getting the heads of cabbage and putting deep in the ice, digging in there and all that, working at rally. So
brother, I was good at rallies, Brad. I'm gonna tell you. I was nice. I was nice on the sandwich station.
For real?
Yeah. I used to open rallies up, man. They used to send me to train other people. I used to open rallies. I was good.
Brother, the next, Garage Con, I'm going to have to come through. I'm sure they're going to be burgers. I'm going to be burgers, right? You know, I'm requesting a burger.
There's got to be burgers, right?
Burgers, man. Garage Con. I'll bring the grill.
Well done, brother. Well done. Well done. I like how you brought it all full circle. I like that.
All right. You know what? Everybody, one last time, please go. It's pinned. And once the live is up, it's going to be in the description. A link to Regie Collects Comics. And, you know, he's got some big things coming down the line. Again, Garage Con, all that good stuff. So, Regie, once again, I appreciate the time. Thank you.
My pleasure, brother. Be well.
All right, I'm going to end it now.